All right, last year I saw this particular movie on YouTube. Actually, my friend played the lead character, and it was a short film, or it is a short film. I saw it on YouTube, and of course, reason why this film was quite big is he was depicting a historical character, one that is big in Nigeria. Of course, that movie is The Encounter, and today on the show, we have 2017 AMVCA winner for Best Sound Editing for a Movie, MICHAEL "Truth" Ogunlade. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Great
Thank
to
you.
have you.
Thank
so
you
you were the one that did the soundtrack for that lovely movie.
Yes, that's correct.
Wow. Great. Okay, so where do we start from now? You've been nominated for many times. You've worked on so many movies that are going through all of them.
True.
Like, which movie haven't you worked on? It's like, I remember those times when you see a movie and then you see Samuel Poso at the end.
Yes,
he was always one doing the soundtrack. When I think of MICHAEL now, I'm just thinking, everything. When I say everything.
Soaking, the wedding party,
It's interesting to hear.
Which one have you not been in? Which one have you not been in? Maybe let's start from
playlist movies, like big movies.
Which haven't you been in?
I'm trying to remember with the movie I saw in the cinema recently that I didn't work on. Of course, there is. I'm going to remember before the end of the show.
It's hard. I will remember. Great to have you, sir. Great to have you, sir. When I want to be like you, I'll start. Which award haven't I hosted? Which haven't I hosted? Oh, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
You know.
I've been there. Been there, done that. Great to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get straight into it. What does it take to compose a music soundtrack for a movie or a series? And you also do series and all of that. What does it take to put composition like that together?
Well, the first thing is to understand emotion, just like the director does to his work. But now, it's technically you are redirecting the movie, but with musical notes. It's like knowing, okay, you see a picture and you're feeling, what do the director want the audience to feel at this point? Sometimes you might see a very scary scene, but the director wants people to feel that it's a silly scene. So you need to know, okay, it's not just seeing what's on the screen, but understanding what the director wants, then you know, okay, how do I make this scene look silly? If, let's say, this is a bit graphical, I'm taking a knife, I'm stabbing you, normally people should be scared. But if I place a soundtrack of, let's say, Tom and Jerry, underneath that scene, instead of you to be scared, you feel there's something naughty, silly about this, so you won't be scared. So that's primarily what it takes to score a movie, is knowing, okay, what is the story behind the story? So you create the sound to actually tell that story that is behind the story. Because just like they did actually at the AMVCA, when the presenter wanted to kiss and like, is the music. So most of the time is knowing, I want people to feel romantic, fear,
Where do you want that did that? Where do you want that did that?
No, I wasn't responsible for that. I'm innocent. I'm completely innocent.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Take us through the process of scoring for movies. Do you get to watch the movies? Do you get to read the script as well?
Okay, there are two. I normally read the script, even before the shoot. But that's like a guideline to know, okay, this movie is going to be like maybe a horror movie, a romantic comedy, or a comedy movie or thriller, all those categories. That just helped me to categorize what the movie will be. But most times I refrain from starting to score the movie even before I see the movie. Because most times when you read the script, it gives a different feel. But the director might want to take it to make some changes on set and while they're shooting. So most of the time there are changes. So it might be, instead of me boxing the movie that this is the kind of movie it is, I wait to see the final cut or the first cut. So I know, the actors also might change the feel of what I thought it will be while reading the script. So I read the script to get an idea of, okay, this is the genre I think, it's just a thought, the movie might fit, and then I wait to, once the edit is ready, I watch and like, okay, this is what I feel or this is the feeling I get from the movie. Then I speak with the director that this is what I'm thinking. This is what I feel from watching the movie. So he or she might feel, okay, that's right, but at this point, though the story says this, I would like, this is the feeling I really want to tell. This is what I want the audience to feel. Then I go back to know, okay, you've said feeling, what is the notes, the do, re, mi, fa, so that translates into that feeling you want, or sometimes silence just work. You just know, okay, just take out the music and let people feel this is serious. I don't even know what to feel, which is also a feeling. So that's about the 2-layer of process. First, read the script to know the genre, then see the movie, and then start putting rigid, if I can use the word, rigid blocks to really direct people's emotions
and
to the image.
Okay, guys, you can be a part of the show by calling in on 0700 007 0814 00000283 and 0814 00000284.
Okay, very cool, very cool. To let you know, I'm so interested in what you do. I will call him the Hans Zimmerman of Nigeria. You know, two wonderful composers I love, Hans Zimmerman and Tyler Bates.
Yeah.
Of course, Tyler Bates for 300 and a lot of other movies. Hans Zimmerman, you can't count. Let's not just start with Hans Zimmerman. But then, I know how important scoring the music is. You know, I know it is. But then, let's talk about your style. Do you do it digitally or analog style? Because now I've seen foreign movies. Of course, I know that finances and all of that is a major part of it.
Major player.
You know? Because now I look at a Hans Zimmerman who gets a whole orchestra, composes, and then they put together music while the movie's playing, and then you see everybody playing and all of that. And then of course there are also guys who just come and do it digitally and all of that. What best suits you?
Well, for now is a mixture of both, digital and analog. For now, but well, not just for now, it's going to be both, because there are some instruments you want to create that are not analog. Someone can have that voice texture naturally, except the person is half human, half alien. So you're still going to blend both.
Just before you go on, sir, we have a call. We have Titus on the line. Titus is calling right here in Lagos. Hello, Titus. Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, Titus?
I'm doing good. How about you? I'm staying in the doing fine.
All right, thank you. We've got MICHAEL Truth Ogunlade in the house.
No, actually, I don't have a lot to say. Just to say a big thank you to him. You know, he's been doing a wonderful job, and I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, he's going. You know, the part he's taking in the industry, in the movie, is one among the part that says a lot about the story.
Sure.
So much appreciating that. So keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Titus. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
I'm so happy seeing him on air and then hearing from me, having the privilege to speak with him this morning.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you, Titus.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Yes,
Thank
and
you
you too.
very much.
Okay, please increase from 2 back to 3 or 4. I know I did reduce it to 2 these days. Okay, anyways, that was just by the side. So we're talking about analog digital. How you work with both of them?
But for now, a lot needs to be analog, a lot more, just like it is done globally. But like you rightly said, the finance is a major player. So, but for now, like we know, the Nollywood is still as young, if I can use that word, but and there's a lot of headroom for growth. With movie, you know, making substantial income, we can involve a lot more people in the production process of music, because there's I don't know if I should say this. There's a movie I'm working on right now. It's okay. There is a balance between contemporary African and cultural side, the older generation. There's a lot that needs to be played analog, and the field that movie is much broader, because you go to the cinema expecting to see picture large, sound equally large.
So
it should blow you from your seat as much as possible. So with cases like that, you will want to have like the voices, because African, we deal mostly in percussion and voices. That's major African instrument. If you take that from Africa, it's going to sound less African. So the voices, I would love to have bigger choir, a lot more people to sing certain parts of the song. But of course, that's what I mean by the headroom and the analog part of of movie making, which we're still going to get to in the nearest future with the pace at which movie making is growing fast in Nigeria. It's a matter of 2-3 years. Before you know it, we are doing that scale of music production to express the dimension of the visual you're actually seeing. And one thing also, most of the time we think African, maybe when we see older African settlement, we think Africa is just one small community or villages, and you know. But I read a few about African history, and I see that let's say the Yoruba kingdom now, or your kingdom, stretch from Nigeria all the way outside the border of the present known Nigeria. So it's not just a small community, it's a large community. So when you're portraying maybe a king or a chief or something, you need a sound that depicts a large, that shows the magnitude of the king's power. So for now, we are still gradually getting there. But I'm so sure in few years from now, I think Hollywood will struggle to have place in Nigerian cinemas. I'm serious.
Yeah, okay. No, like why saying is Hollywood movies in Nigeria?
That's what I'm saying.
Hollywood movies in
just
Nigeria.
like it is with music now.
Yes.
How many foreign songs you hear back to back in clubs? You hear Nigerian music back to back to back, and
hey, but you know something? There's something that we get from the foreign movies that we don't get in Nollywood.
That's what I'm saying.
But
that
there's something we offer the world that is you can't find.
But we know it is here. But my point is, I'm not trying to advocate for Hollywood. I love how far Nollywood has come.
Sure.
You know, we've done so well.
Sure.
But then when it comes to the action genre, have you ever done an action soundtrack?
Yeah.
Have you ever?
Yes and no.
Yes and
yes,
no.
In the sense that yes, there've been actions in certain movies. But when you're thinking, because the question you're asking is for, I guess, is coming from Hollywood.
That size of action,
blowing up a whole street, a whole airport. Half of the city is gone from one expression. No. Not now, because even if you tell that story in Nigeria, I'm not sure people will believe.
It's not even believable. It doesn't apply. Like, doesn't work.
But it is. But we love watching those movies.
Yes.
I mean, look at Avengers. Look at Captain America: Civil War.
Because it is done right.
If you do it exactly, I think it's because it's done right.
Yes.
When you come and see something, you know,
like this movie I saw and the gun, I was now with like a friend, like an army official, and he was like, that's not even the sound this gun makes. Why would you use a rifle for this? And he said a lot of things. He was with his friends and they were laughing. So the idea is we don't do proper research, we don't do, we just speak guns, we just bring guns from the police station, 5 guns, and then you list any sound.
List any sound, that's where he comes in.
Yeah, that's where you come in. That's the sound design part of movie. Because usually you, let me just briefly explain the different departments involved in making a movie. Because, now you have the dialogue, which is the conversation between people on the scene.
Actors,
someone handles that part, which is a sound dialogue editor. So all he's going to bother himself is they are talking. How well can I manage the dialogue such that people don't feel like I'm watching a movie? They feel like they're listening to us just
having
right
a conversation.
now. Yeah, having a conversation. So if there's you sound unusual that will take you out of the movie, he has to fix that. So that's someone handles the dialogue. Another person handles the score, which is what we're talking about mostly now. So it's the emotion. Even silence is an emotion. So if you choose to not play something, it's not a mistake. He wants that silence there. So he handles all the music that depicts this feeling from that feeling, because the 2 hours of a movie or 1 hour plus is feeling all through. So you must be sure this is the feeling I want, silence, drama, and all that. Then there's another category, which is the Foley. Like, people think when you open a door in a movie or you hear people's footsteps, it was recorded from set. No, it usually don't get that from set. Someone has to go back to the studio and walk. So he's just going to record the full step. Because I was watching the making of this movie, the Social Network.
Okay, yes, Social Network.
And you know, this guy wears flip-flop a lot. What's his name?
Zuckerberg?
Zuckerberg, yeah. So while he was in school, the director was like, no, the flip-flop is not flip-floppy enough. You have to go back and rework that step so you can hear the pop, pop, pop of the... when you're wearing flip. So someone had to work the whole movie while the guy was wearing that flip-flop. And he has to go back again and rework all the scenes when you you feel, well, it's normal now that we should get the flip-flop, but it's not. So someone handles all that normal, the cloth rumble sound effect, the tiny thing like cups, teaspoon,
water sound.
Yeah, water sound, all those tiny things I feel is normal. I don't even know they placed it there.
Even placed it there.
So the guy is actually invincible. So you have that. Then you have the sound designer, is closely related to the Foley. But the little difference is, which we are still going to get there soon, is let's say you have a movie like, I'm trying to remember, Transformer, like you said earlier. Each of those characters, that's the characters, the Transformer themselves, have unique sound. So when the Transformer is transforming from a car to a robot, it's not natural. It's not you have to tell people this is the sound of a car becoming a robot.
And make it believable.
Yeah, so all those radio tiny frequencies, I don't want to make that might look funny on.
No, do it. You won't look funny.
Let's just have an idea.
You're having an idea now. So all those little sounds, someone have to create or
practical. Let's just hear something.
Practical, you come to the studio.
Nice.
Okay, what has been your most challenging project working in Nollywood here? The one that has really...
I'm not sure I'm prepared to dig into my hard drive like what has been, because I can only remember sometimes.
Okay, which few?
You walk back to back and
which one really? I'm thinking about
moments
the
where you saw a movie after reading the script, you couldn't come up with any song or any tune to fit the movie.
There was this movie is a short movie also. No, I remember even when I was working on Encounter, which I'm not sure if I can say this is the most difficult, but it's just because of the recent stuff I've done, and I'm trying to remember out of this recent, which is. Yeah, so while I was working on the Encounter, it's about Ojukwu, as in the Biafra War.
Lord,
and I wanted it to come out global, just the way you watch Hotel Rwanda. Or you watch this other movie, Last King of Scotland. Yeah, you feel it's grand. And at the same time, it's African. Those movies are African and grand, but I don't want it to be just African and grand. I want it to be Igbo. So when you hear the sound, it takes you back to the east. And it's not just there. It takes you to the rest of the world. So I had to sample a lot of what's this flute? Oja. That's the Igbo flute, and people chanting, playing all sort of drums to mix it in.
Amazing.
Thank you. It's been a wonderful show. How do we hit you up on social media? Very fast.
How do you
hit you up on social media?
Okay, you can check out my website, truthmusic.com.ng.
Okay.
Truthmusic.com.ng.
And on Instagram is Michael_truth_Ogunlade.
Okay. I could spend a whole day with this dude, but then someday when you hear Hans Zimmerman, I bet you hear Michael Truth Ogunlade on the same level. It's been a wonderful show. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.